Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please feel free to write me to walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding this video or any other videos that I've posted in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And my friend Dan loved cashew chicken. The thing he really liked about this dish is that it is very simple and quick to make, and he can use whatever he has on hand. Now in this particular dish, I'm going to use some pepper. I'm going to give you a little tip about the type of pepper you should use. If you want to use things like bell pepper, the most efficient way is to use what I would call mini pepper. The reason is that mini pepper, when you leave them intact, they have an excellent shell life. Once you cut them up, they will actually go bad pretty quickly. And this is the reason it is much better to use the mini pepper rather than the entire bell pepper, because if you cut up the whole bell pepper, the shell life usually will not be more than about 3 or 4 days. But however, with the mini pepper, if you leave them uncut and only cut them before you use them, they will be good for at least 2 to 3 weeks. The second tip regarding prepping that you might find it useful is scallions. Now, as you know, scallions can be divided into 2 parts. The first part is the top of the scallion. This part, when you cut it up, if you chop up into small pieces, they have a very short shell life. However, the bottom part of the scallions is very interesting because this portion of scallion, if you cut them into strips, like in here, by slide them in half, this has a much longer shell life. In fact, scallions prepped like this will last for at least 1 to 2 weeks, as compared to the top of the scallion, which you chop up into small pieces, usually do not last more than 4 to 5 days. This is an exceptional way how to extend the shell life of your scallions. This will definitely save you money. So as you can see here, when I have scallion, I usually prep them into 2 portions. One portion is the tip of the scallion, which mainly is the leaves, and the second part is the stem of the scallion, which has much longer shell life. And this way, it will greatly enhance your budget. And of course, the star of the show of this dish is the chicken. Now chicken, again, you can buy them on sale. This is $1.99 a pound. And I bought 5 pounds for $10. When I brought it home, the most important thing I realized that I should do is to cut them up into the sizes that would be suitable for stir frying. And this makes a lot of sense because now when you are ready to stir fry, it will be all ready for you to use. I discovered advanced prepping is not only efficient, so that you will have the chicken cut to the size that you want and all ready for your stir frying. But even more importantly is that now you can control the portion of the chicken that you want to cook. You can keep them to the portion that will be suitable for the dish that you want. I normally fill a Ziploc sandwich bag about 1/3 full, and that is usually between 6 to 8 ounces. This is about the size that I want for my stir-fry dishes. I use chicken more as a condiment rather than as a main ingredient. This not only make it more economical, but it also make it more healthy because you will not consume as much meat otherwise you would have if you have an entire piece of chicken breast. As you can see here, I use this method by remove as much air as possible from the bag so I can press the bag down and this actually create a thin layer, and then I label it on the top flap. Now using this method, I can thaw out the chicken in about 10 minutes or less when I move it out from the freezer and put it in a bowl of lukewarm water. This allows me to have chicken almost any time I want. Here is another tip that you may find it useful. Using this method, you can thaw out the chicken much faster. When you put the chicken in a bowl of lukewarm water, the chicken actually will start to soften almost immediately. At this point, if you gently bend the chicken and break the pieces apart, it will make them thaw out almost twice as fast. To provide the chicken better flavor, I'm going to coat it with 1 tablespoon of basic seasoning mix, 1 teaspoon of sugar and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. This will give the chicken a nice flavor. And also, the sugar will cause the chicken to caramelize and give it almost a grilled-like flavor. And of course, the cornstarch will give the chicken a breading, a slight crispy texture that I think you will enjoy. Of these 3 ingredients that I use to cook the chicken, cornstarch is probably the most important because it will give the chicken a nice breading. And this also will keep the chicken moist and tender inside. With a quick mix, combine everything together. Now I'm ready to cook. Cooking the chicken is very fast. In fact, this dish requires only about 4 to 5 minutes to cook. The method to cook the chicken is referred to as shallow frying. I'm going to cook this dish in my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of canola oil. Again, you can use any cooking oil that you will like. Now, it is important for you to spot season the wok, particularly if you are using a stainless steel wok. And the method is very simple, as I have described it in this video. Basically, I heat up the oil until it starts to smoke gently. I turn down the heat. I make sure that the oil do not smoke out of control. And I let it to smoke for another 15 seconds. And this is the time when the wok is being seasoned. And I am now ready to add the chicken. At this point, I'm going to keep the heat setting of the burner at around medium. I'm going to use a pair of tongs to lay out the chicken on the surface of the wok. I'm going to lay that out as much as possible into a single layer. Again, the reason I really like the Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok because it has a relatively large flat surface area, which is about 9 inches across, make it almost like a small frying pan. And it's also the reason this wok frequently known as a wok pan. It is very convenient because now I can basically do a shallow frying by laying out the chicken. Now the shallow frying method is very similar to deep frying, except that you're going to fry it on one side and then you turn it over to fry the other side. Since the chicken is cut up into some thin, small pieces, it is very fast to cook. And after about 30 to 60 seconds, I'm going to flip the chicken over and to fry the other side. Over the years, I have tried different methods to stir fry chicken. And of course, the simplest way is that simply put the chicken into the wok and then you stir fry it. The other approach is that you coat it with cornstarch and then you stir fry it. This is much better than just straight stir frying, again, because the cornstarch tend to protect the chicken from the heat. And therefore, the chicken have a more moist and tender texture. Now, however, this method, which shallow frying the chicken, is that you actually create a crispy breading on the surface of the chicken. And this is probably my favorite way to cook the chicken. It's kind of similar to deep frying, but not quite. But nevertheless, it makes the chicken taste really good. And in fact, after I started using this method for frying my chicken, my wife told me that she would not want me to cook the chicken any other way. And she normally not a big fan of chicken. But if I cook it this way, she definitely have no problem enjoy having them. After cooking the chicken for about 2 to 3 minutes, it's ready. I'm going to add scallions and then followed by some bell pepper. Now both are cut into small pieces. I add them way at the end of the cooking process because I only want to cook them very lightly. Both of them are intended to add better flavor to the chicken. Unlike many other dishes that I've cooked in the past, in this dish, the chicken is the main ingredients rather than serving as a condiment. I'm going to season the chicken actually quite lightly using about 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce and half tablespoon of hoisin sauce. This is one of my favorite combinations to give the chicken nice umami flavor through the oyster sauce and the hoisin sauce, give it some sweetness. And then I'm going to add about a half cup of cashew nut. Again, the amount of cashew nut that you're going to add depends on how much you like cashew. I personally love cashew nut. I probably can use quite a bit more. Again, it's important to add them way at the end because they will keep the cashew to be fresh. Lastly, I'm going to add some wine, but I'm going to use the wine actually as a way to reclaim some of the flavor that has stuck to the bottom of the wok. This method frequently known as deglazing, but I call it spot cleaning because you actually clean the wok at the same time as you combine the flavor together into the dish. This makes cleaning the wok much easier when you move it to the sink. As you can see, this dish is very fast to cook, and the total cook time is only about 5 minutes. So if you have everything ready, such as the chicken already prepped, the scallion already cut, which has a good shelf life, the only thing you need to cut up is some bell pepper, and that just only takes about a couple more minutes. So all in all, if you're hungry and you got home late at night and you want to have a dish very quick, and this will be something that you can give it a try. Actually, it's a delicious dish, and I really enjoyed it. Okay, I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine so that you can enjoy home cooking using my fast cooking system. If you are interested to learn more about this cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.